What's up, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another Cypher You After Hours. I'm your host, Zini. Waiting on the rest of the family to get here and then we can get active. What's up, man? Barvo in this bit. Um, this is me right now. Still want to talk to y'all. What's up with y'all? This is a Q. This is really a not a Q&A episode. It's really gonna talk to y'all episode. Nothing crazy. Just want to check on the world. See how you know what I mean. How y'all feeling today? What y'all got going on, and so on and so forth. So talk to me, world. How y'all doing, man? What's going on with y'all? We all in the comments and everything, you know. Come tap in. We here. It's that. But yeah, man. Zini in this bitch. Zini in this bitch. Are we waiting? I would like to give y'all a little preview or something. I don't mind. Just bear with me. This shit gonna happen. How about engineer? Damn. Shut up, my producer.
This shit is getting scared. Bodies on bodies, no room in the cemetery. You get no obituary. Fucking formalities, you are my adversary. Black heart and it's cold too. Would've thought my birthday was in February. I got some monsters who ready to pop out their water whenever it's necessary. If you jump in this lake and can't swim, nigga, your chance of survival is.
Chill. I'm giving y'all too much. Chill. Now, what's up, though, family? How we doing, man? How we feeling good? Inside. Tap in for real, y'all. Give me a second. Okay, I was about to open it up on my laptop because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I was about to do that, and then I don't even know if mine is charged up. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just bring it because I am doing some hair again this week.
Oh, you
So
froze up on me right now.
what's going on with you though?
Not much, not
Say
much.
what?
I say yeah, froze up right there when you was talking. Hold on.
Mhm. Like some news.
All right now.
Wagwan, brethren. What's going on? How you feeling?
Oh, yeah, but yeah, though, we outside, still doing what we doing, man. I'm just living life the best way I know how. What about yourself, sis?
Shoot, I am so blessed. It don't make no sense. Shoot, Juneteenth coming up next week. We got a lot happening next week. A whole lot going on next week.
We got
So
Father's
gearing
Day
up for
coming up.
that.
Shout out to the active father.
Phew.
Shout out to the active father.
Shout
Active.
out for Father's
Keyword.
Day.
Keyword active.
Hey, look, but at the end of the day, and look, this is me saying this. At the end of the day, it takes two to tango. So hey,
It do.
look, shout out to everybody. I ain't saying I was gonna send everybody a text message. I ain't say I like everybody, but shout out to everybody because we did need those other three, other 23 chromosomes to make it happen. So hey, look,
Oh man.
we
See, yeah,
needed
I
it,
don't like
but
this.
say what?
I said I just don't like how the damn. I just don't like how I set up on the phone. I'm trying something new. I normally do it on my laptop with on the phone. I'm trying something different. I guess
I
I'm just like,
know, I know.
but other than that, though, man, I've been doing good. My spirits are up. Things have turned for the better. So, got a new job. Feeling good, feeling good. Since the last time we chat, um, my face ain't swollen no more.
I know.
Around.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations.
We shake back fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for what we got going in the future as well. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, shoot, before we get started, just a rundown. So, yeah, we do have Father's Day on Sunday. And just to, matter of fact, I got to shout out one of my partners too. Um, Endless Will is gonna be performing at Pickleback 2 on Sunday. Um, they have an open mic going on Sunday at Pickleback. He's gonna be the feature act for that. I had to shout him out because he's actually one of the partners and for therapy session 3. He's also the host for the panel discussion and the writing workshop. So if you can get out there, get your tickets for that, get that taken care of so you can get out there. Good idea. I'm starting to notice that pickleback events, they be packed. So go ahead and get your tickets for that. If I'm not mistaken, City Soul is um is producing that. That's a City Soul production. So they're fine. They are right. Um so there's that. Again, it's Father's Day. Don't wait until Sunday morning to get your gifts and cards and whatnot, and getting the asks together or whatever. So yeah, we got that, and next week is Juneteenth. We got the manifest event. next week. Cypher U is going to be in the building as far as the panel discussion. We also are doing a workshop next Saturday. Um, please go ahead, and this is just word from your professor Doc Scholar. Go ahead and start. No, not start. Yesterday, you should have already been registering you and your children for that event. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. They have a theater production. Actually, they have two theater productions, if I'm not mistaken. One of which is going to be Design the Hanu, Saints and Aints. That's going to be happening Saturday. They got something happening on Wednesday as far as a theater production, especially if you're trying to get all the history behind Juneteenth and all of that. Um, they have a basically a marathon, but a fun run as well next Saturday morning. But again, you don't have to run because I know I'm one of those people like I don't run, so I'll straight up just not show up to an event like that. But you can walk, you can crawl, you can, like you said, you can stroll if you know, if you're a part of a brother or sisterhood, you can hop however you want to. So you can do that. They had a lot of different events. Check out Manifest. We around here we use the Black owned tap into events. Um, and not that other ticketing sites around here. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not using that other ticketing site anymore because I mean we got to tap into social. You can sell your tickets for free on there and you get all of your proceeds, like, and it's Black owned. So why not? Um, so yeah, we got that going on. I know I will be performing next week in the Hayti district with Shambo Medina. We're gonna do a nice set, a really nice set for Juneteenth. Again in the Hayti district. Check that out. Check out my page. I'm about to start just uploading a whole bunch of stuff, but there's so much Juneteenth stuff happening everywhere. Manifest is in Fuquay Arena. Of course, the Hayti district that's in Durham. Pickleback that's in Durham. It's a lot of stuff happening in Raleigh, everywhere. I don't know what you're doing, but pop out somewhere, celebrate. I'm happy. That became a time where we get off work. So have no reason to not be there. So yeah. We just checking in with the fam. Also, remember, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. It doesn't get talked about a whole lot depending on what your algorithm looks like. Because for some of us, who are really involved on the mental health scene, like we hear about it all the time. But that's something everybody needs to talk about because everybody should be at the point where they can express themselves if they need to because some of us are able to talk to somebody and not be ashamed for having emotions, and some of us were told we should not have emotions, and that's not cool. So check in on the people who you don't think need to be checked in on is all I'm saying. you know Excuse me, ma'am, I need a spatula. um but yeah. I am actually I have a lot of different thoughts about certain things, but one of the things is I'm happy that we're starting to open up that dialogue about um making sure that you're being considerate regardless of somebody's classification, who you think they are supposed to be, you know um because they're like, we get a lot of those discussions saying like, hey, you should get therapy and all this other stuff. And then like there was once upon a time where even I was just like, I'm not doing that. Like for what? Or either like some of us have had bad experiences with that, or bad experiences like just venting to other people about what we have going on. And there's a certain demographic that, you know, it happens Um, Predominantly too. Especially people who are, of color, men, shoot, women too, but right now I'm talking about men because I know it's gonna be somebody like, well, shoot, we too. It's not your time right now while I'm talking. But just keep that into consideration, especially people from different backgrounds, because some people was literally from that household that was just like, oh, you can't express your emotions. It's not safe for you to do that. And I mean, and that's not to bash anybody who's ever said that because they've had their traumas too that would make them say something like that. Like I saw somewhere, I know I'm getting long-winded, but shoot, I'm on a podcast. So what you gonna do about it? Um, but some people were literally in that situation where it really wasn't safe to make noise. So some people are still living in survival mode, you know? So
Very true.
yeah. So again, like I say stuff out of love, because it's all a learning process. I'm still learning too. So but yeah, all of that back circling back to make sure you check in on somebody who you think doesn't need to be checked on. That's the main one. Ask them, how they doing and letting them know, hey, even if they don't vent to you, just let them know, hey, I'm just letting you know if you ever need to vent or you need some resources. Because sometimes people be wanting certain kinds of help that you don't need to be giving them. For my spiritual people, God ain't tell you to do all that. But, when it gets to that point, you can ask people, hey, can I help you find some resources? Like, that's always a good question to ask. So you know it's real, because if I'm going through it, even if you can't give me the money, or even if you can't show up and watch my kids at that moment, hey, if you tell me, hey, I want to help you find some resources, that's cool too. That's cool too. Find me all the resources, the ones that actually work, you know. But anyway, how you doing, Bars? What's life like? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Life for me right now is just um mentally, I'm here. You know, um, what's going on with my mom. Well, now she's better though, but um, my kids keep me afloat every day. You know, as they should. I'm glad they do, because without them, I'd probably be lost. I'm wearing the salt.
You know what? Have you seen shout out to Juice Lord. Have you seen like his stories and his posts on IG?
His latest post. Yeah, he doing his thing.
So it really stands out to me how he's doing the whole mentally I'm here. I thought
Hmm.
about that when you said that. Shout out to Juice and he got a lot of stuff going on too that's picking up. Um yeah, like shout out to him and his project. Not only him, Quest Music Slim, who's also gonna be one of our performers for the panel discussion that's centered on like black fathers and mental health, parenting, politics, and the people. Um, but yeah, like he got a few hits that he just put out within the last month. Um, and he's been posting about mental health things. Shout out to everybody really who are like trying to uplift people through their posts because I'm so sick and tired of seeing all this negativity that I see. Like I took that long hiatus on social media just to log in to do some promo for this event. And the first thing I see is jibber jabber, and trolling and all that other stuff. Sometimes, like, people don't want to see that all the time. Like, I just be wanting to see people be real for a second and be helpful to society. But again, everybody not going to do that. It's okay. It's
You know
okay.
how that shit go.
Yeah, for views and I get it because some people have their stuff monetized and that's cool too. But I be like, y'all be wondering why the world is like it is as far as like who gets attention and all this other stuff. Like y'all wonder why. It's because like y'all be glorifying like the stuff that I can't say because I'm working on myself. There you go. Lily, I was trying to make sure your stuff was cooled off. You already know how I do. I'm multitasking and whatnot. But yeah, yeah, this is where we are. This is where we are in life. But I'm hoping like eventually like people will actually I'm not hoping, I am hopeful that eventually people will pick up on um what'd you say, Jamie? What'd you say? Oh, sorry. Pick up on that we got to start moving differently, like in person, virtually. We got to start moving and thinking a lot differently than what we have, especially if we want to see some type of change in this world. Um, I saw the question asked, and I'm only just doing all this talking because um, you said it was like no topic and we just chopping it up. So stop me when you don't want to hear me anymore. But I saw a post that was asking like the state of music today, is it the artist's fault or the fans' fault? And I look at that question the same way I look at all of these man versus woman, religion versus spirituality, versus. I look at all those questions the same way. If you have to ask those questions like that, um, it's everybody, it's on everybody. And I say it's on everybody because not to say, okay, or point fingers and saying, oh, fault, fault, fault. I'm talking about it's everybody's responsibility to fix it. Because once once all the artists, right? Let's just say we decide, okay, none of us are gonna make music about any type of negativity. None of us are going to support the negativity. None of us are gonna do this, is that, and the third, right? Say that happens. Let's just say all the artists, we go back and listen to all the negative music from the past too. And we like, you know what? We about to rewrite all this music and remix all of this music and just do positive, positive, positive. Like, what about when we decide to do that? Like, do I need to go back or can I just continue?
Keep it hot.
Say what?
Keep going. It's on the podcast.
Okay.
They heard you. Keep it going.
So when we decide that we're gonna do that, right? Like, how many fans are going to be with it and actually be the ones that are playing it? Because I look at that like I look at the shows where it's only artists that show up and not like a whole bunch of fans. I ain't gonna lie, that irritates me when I go to a show and it's just artists there because I'm like, I'm doing this more for the fans, but hey, it is what it is. Um, but then sometimes artists become fans too. But let me not run up on a tangent. My point is we also need fans to actually listen to it. We need fans to also switch their algorithm around so they're even getting a message in the first place. A few years ago, I stopped getting upset when I didn't see certain people like a certain post that had like my events and stuff like that, or anything that I needed to promote. Because then I started realizing like shadow banning is real. The algorithm is real. Like I talk about it all the time because it really is a problem. Um, you're only going to see whatever you are talking about around your phone or, searching on the internet. And also, the algorithm really is set up to like feed you negativity because you're going to be triggered to respond. So, what if we trained ourselves to every time we see something negative, we just keep scrolling past it. Try to
I just
practice
laugh
your
at it.
eye movement. Yeah, like try to like don't get caught up in scrolling to the BS. Like try to train your eye movements and not get stuck on things that you don't even need to internalize.
Constantly
Um,
Gatorade. I'm an athlete. Don't judge me.
yeah.
Trying to catch a sponsorship right quick. Trying to catch a sponsorship right quick.
Yeah, really, clearly, like
You know what I
um,
mean? I'm an athlete. I feel like I'm the
but
top of
yeah,
my
really,
sport.
like
Gatorade, come holler at me.
health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. But yeah, how about we all like take responsibility? And I think that those questions of who are a lot less important than how, when, where. Let's get it done. I think we've been asking way too many questions. We've been arguing too much about like what methods are gonna work and all of this other stuff. I think it's time to like actually do it, or else we about to have discussions about discussing what needs to be discussed, which is whack. So yeah, um, I pray that sooner rather than later, your situation comes to a resolve and you're able to work through it. Well, I know you're able to work through it, but like you work through it and you come out on top. Cause like you get to a point where it's like, man, something gotta give. And then when as soon as you say that, something still don't give, and you like, man, I remember them points where like I was sitting here like, man, when am I getting closer to the point where all of this just subsides? And then right then when I was getting ready to give up, it was like, oh, then a light bulb hit. But it only gets harder and harder each time. It's always a different challenge. So how you feeling? Is there anybody, ooh,
A good
besides
brother
yourself?
Convo might be joining us shortly.
Say that again?
A good brother Convo might be joining us shortly.
Oh, that'd be dope. Oh yeah, 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 because he got an event.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to ask you a random question. Who outside of yourself do you want to give a shout out as far as fatherhood is concerned in the spirit of Father's Day?
Take this chair. Everybody I know, man. I ain't got no specifics, but anybody I know who's there, present, active, in the kid's life, I just want to shout them out first and foremost. Specifics, all the Cypher members, of course. Um, I'm a toe. Just I don't have no specifics because I know so many great fathers. I genuinely do. Like, all my homework a great father. But I don't even single anybody out. I'm not forgetting nobody. So go on.
Um,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was
oh no,
moving
I was
something. Go
reading
ahead.
something. I was reading
Oh,
something, but so for me, um, I want to shout out. I want to shout out. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do the obvious one for me, and then oh, your water bottle is I just had yours. This is yours, Jamie. Here's yours.
Why does is mine?
My bad. That's yours. Oh, because I use some of it for something else, but that's yours. Go ahead and finish that. Here you go, Jamie. Um, the obvious, my grandfather, because um, yeah, like I, funny story. Like the whole first part of my life, I was like, yeah, that's my dad. Until I was like, and I think I was in first. No, I wasn't in first grade. I was in kindergarten. I was at Hillendale Elementary, and we were talking about family topics, and um, I was talking about how me and my mom had the same dad, and the faces was so funny because, like, some teachers, boy, some teachers. Anyway, the faces was weird. It was like, what? And I was like, yeah, me and my mom had the same dad. And they were like, no, that's your granddad. And I was like, that's my daddy, what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it. And when I went home, I told my granddad about that conversation, and he was like, okay, yes, she is right, but I'm the one who takes care of you, so I'm your dad. So um he made that the least amount of awkward as possible. And he was just, that person that if I needed anything, like he was always there, no questions asked at all. So I really appreciate that. What's up, Fruit?
What up? What up? What up? How
Man,
was
can't
it?
call it. We are on
Nothing.
who are those people we want to give a shout out to on the light of Father's Day and Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I was just talking about,
There
like,
was another great one right there, man.
I know, right? Low key hockey. Low key
My
hockey.
best. Anyway,
Oh shit! You got a
you know,
PT.
a long way. Been outside way.
What you doing?
Hardscaping way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Bato. Laid 16 yards of mulch yesterday. 12 today with some gravel. Did a couple of trees, some
Yeah.
plants, you know.
Okay.
Oh, I miss with Champagne Poppy, man. I'm about to say, I miss with Blaquito Poppy. You know he around nothing but Mexican, so I gotta hit. Oh, the accent?
The accent.
I'm still speaking English. It's broken English. Peter like, bro, wow, why you put an accent on it like you speaking Spanish? That's how they say it.
But there's black people Spanish.
Drew said it's blandish, black Spanish.
That's blandish.
But
No.
no, bro, I was about to say, yeah, man. I ain't been laying most all week. What else I did?
Yeah.
I said, I think I did we did like 40 yards of mulch all week total. Probably about 10 yards of gravel. Planted some trees for 4 hours. Yeah, it's my week, man.
You out there digging.
Yeah, man.
Ooh,
What you been on this week, man?
man,
How your week been? What you been up to? Like you OT right
man.
now.
Yeah, just working. I'm out of South Carolina right now.
Okay, Vato.
Yeah, trying to get like you.
No, I'm trying to be like you away.
Man.
But
But
no,
then everything
see,
goes.
it's a beautiful thing about men. See, men, I don't know. See, with our mental health, we joke about everything. So you'll never know if
Yeah,
somebody is wrong, like how a man is feeling. Like he'll turn his worst problem into a joke. But
right.
that's the community though. That's the stigma. Like you can't have no emotions. Like you can't be really soft. And you get touchy feeling shit. You gotta get that shit. You gotta get over that shit and keep it hot.
Yeah,
But see, that's the problem in the community. Like we don't have no pillars for real that we can lean on as brothers. Well, we know we can lean on each other, but we don't always be there. We always got lives and shit. So some shit be happening. So you know what I mean. But that's us
hmm,
as the community as men. We gotta come together and be our brothers' keepers, as they say. You know.
yeah.
Okay. Bring it to the
This is
stage,
true,
my brother, the mighty convo. Speaking of my brother's keeper, you
What's
know
good,
man.
y'all?
The
What's happening?
conversation himself.
What's happening, Drew?
what's
What's
going
good,
on,
y'all?
brother?
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
what's good? Yeah,
What's
hey,
up,
good to
my
see you,
man?
bro.
good to see y'all
Peace,
too.
how you doing?
Shoot, I'm alive, breathing, working, feeding.
Right?
Come on now,
You know what
talk.
I'm saying? I came in on the part where y'all was talking about men's mental health.
Hey man, you right on time, man.
What
he
is
said
that?
Damn, damn,
he said
Steve,
we
right
be
on
joking
time.
about everything, and I started cracking up.
Yep, that's how we. It's just, I think
I ain't,
like the way
I ain't,
we supposed to, the way that the world tells us we supposed to deal with it is just man up.
dude, my humor is so dark. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
right. Yeah, it's like
It's
that's the
wild.
thing. That's I feel like that's what saved most of our lives. Now, man, it's joke about it.
Word,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? You got to there somehow, some way, just flip the situation at least mentally.
I can't stand
The
it, man.
way the way I've recently been dealing with my mental health, especially since like, I got like my own internal issues and stuff. I just been looking at it like my breaking point, like I just have it in my mindset now. My breaking point, like my breakthrough point, right? Like I started looking at everything like first I look at, because y'all most of y'all know my faith and everything. So it's like I started looking at it as first of all, what did I pray for? That's the number one thing. Or what did I ask the universe for? However you want to shape it. What
Mm-hmm.
did I specifically ask for? And then I look at everything I'm going through and I'm like, how could this possibly be shaping me for exactly what I asked for?
Mm-hmm.
What am I like what am I being prepared for right now? Because it's like you can ask for something, right? Like, but usually when you ask for something or you pursue something, a purpose, whatever that may be, you see the final destination. You don't see the journey there. Like you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to go to Wendy's later. You don't know what's gonna happen on the way to Wendy's.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
You feel me? So it's like, and that's even like I was explaining to my son the other day, man. Like I was telling him when I was playing what were we doing? I was playing a game with him. He was playing Spyro. Not on the PS2. He was playing it on Xbox. So he's privileged.
Mm.
Nah.
Lord,
So he's privileged.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I was just trying to explain to him like because he kept losing and losing. And I said, "Hey man," I said, "you might be frustrated because you're not getting an immediate result, but the point of the game really is to beat it. So you should have fun every time you get an opportunity to try it again. Because once you beat it, the game becomes less fun because now you know what you have to do to actually win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's just like that's just like life. Like we know a lot of times which way to go or the ways that we're supposed to be moving. Like even with this rap stuff, we know which way we're supposed to be moving, but we don't know what's gonna happen on the way there.
That's a physics.
Shoot, man. But
But
what else?
Khan,
Oh,
what you
go
got
ahead.
going on, man? Tell the people about what Mr. Khan got going on, man. It's
Oh man.
Meister.
Oh
Meister told
man.
about what we got going on for therapy session. Shout out Meister and her beautiful event.
Well,
Um, Manifest. Shout out Doc Scholar. What you got going on, man?
you know what, man? Shout out all of them, man. Shout out to that therapy session. But what's crazy, and I've been spending a lot of time by myself and just rediscovering myself on another level. And what I've been finding out, man, is the um the authenticity and the purpose driven essence that I have. And when I say that, I say that to say like that drove me to curate an experience. I don't even like calling it a show because I'm really trying to do something different. Like I want to curate an experience. So I'm throwing this I'm curating an experience called Worthy. And it would be classified as hip hop performance art and everything like that. It's pretty much a show, but it's gonna be so much of an experience that it's gonna be a story from from me mostly, just kind of telling the people how, like, no matter where you at in life right now, no matter what's going on in this world, no matter what's happening around you, like, don't be like, don't stray from your purpose, whatever that may be. Don't stray from this. But that's the early experience. That's gonna be on June 26th. So that's in about 2 weeks. We got some great artists up there. We got Cypher, Real Thought, another Cypher you, homie. A young lady named Elena Vaughn. She's fire. And then we got 3 a.m. Sound, and then myself. And really, man, I wanted to do this thing different. I don't. There's no host. I don't want to host. I want to do. I want to really create an experience where in this community, this beautiful community that we have, we really like treat ourselves like artists. And I don't mean that people haven't been treating themselves like artists, like they haven't been artists, they haven't been doing the things they need to do. Like, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it more so like, when you go to a concert, when you go to a show on with names that are bigger than ours, and this is just my experience, because you know everybody's been to enough concerts, they might be able to counteract this, but I don't see like a lot of hosts. I don't see a lot of people curating the experience. Maybe the DJ might talk to you, be like, "Hey, you ready for this person? You ready for this person?" So I want to create a more guided experience where people are really getting their stories out in a very, very artistic way, outside of just going up there and just doing their songs, like doing it in a different way. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, good brother. I'm glad. You know what I mean? I'm
I
glad
know
to hear
I've
you say
been.
your
Oh,
piece.
my bad.
Go ahead. You been quiet. You been quiet. Go ahead. Speak up.
Oh shoot, I've been the opposite of quiet up in here, but I've been on mute. But put it in the sink, babe. Come on now. Shoot, by the way, welcome convo. This is
Thank
like a very chillax. Wherever you at is where you at when you on this podcast, as
you.
you can see.
Yeah.
Um, but what I was about to say was I heard how you were talking about your event, and you wanted to make a way for artists to not just have to get up and just be performing, like, you know, um, because it almost seems like unorthodox at a point when, somebody is actually giving their story. It's like, is the audience paying for, hearing what we actually have to say outside of our lyrics? And I think absolutely, um, that is a good culture to promote.
Mhm.
Um, because I think about, like, when I'm just listening to any artist, like when I'm driving or when I'm just sitting chilling, I'm hearing the music. Like, that's one take of it, one perspective, like what I hear, what I can relate to. But it's a different story when, like, an artist can actually MC
Yeah.
and actually talk to us and give us like the whole entire perspective of either why they wrote the song, or you know or just where they are for real in life. There was a moment, um shoot, Bars and Drew were there last year, one of our feature acts for therapy session 2 last year. He literally stopped. It was Iconic Mind. Shout out to Iconic Mind. He stopped in the middle of his set and he was like, "Y'all, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I can't finish this song right now." And then he started like really just really giving us some therapy and giving himself therapy at the same time. Like, he was talking about the things that he had going on. Without getting too much into detail, but he was just giving us a reel about where he was mentally and spiritually.
Yeah.
And that, to me, in my opinion, was the best part of his whole performance. And then when he started just pretty much freestyling the rest of his set after that was the real part for me. And then jumping back into what he had planned. We need more organic shows like that. So I always like to shout out artists like you, and curators, just in general, who are giving us giving artists a platform to actually do that, because we're not just a show. Like
Yeah.
people look at us like, you know, we're some type of like whatever being that's just there for the service that we are providing. But half of y'all don't even be paying us anyway. But anyway, we are more than that. We are more than what you think. That is like, let us, you know, get back to showing people that we can relate to them, because that's really what makes for a show and that keeps people coming back. We need it.
Yeah,
We need
absolutely.
it. So thank you, Combo.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that. I've only attempted to do one other show, and right when I did it, mm, it was crazy. I had a whole theme. I can tell y'all because I'm probably not going to do the show, and then I'll tell y'all what this show is kind of be based around because y'all family. The first show I did, I caught COVID right when I was supposed to perform. It was horrible. And it's like it was supposed to be at the poorhouse. And the idea I had, because I didn't want hosts, right? Me and my boy, me and three, we shot like a whole episode of Cribs using the house that I was living in. But every time I went into a room, it would be the artist logo, and that's how they would know to come up and they could just start their set however they wanted to plan it. So it's like the whole thing was like an episode. Like I'm walking you through the house. You could see it on the projector screen. Like I'm going down my son's slide in the backyard. Like there's like I'm walking through different doors, and then you see, you know, that artist. Oh, it's time for that artist to come up. Shoot, I even had a commercial in there. But then I got sick, and that just didn't come to fruition. Then for this show, I was like, well, I ain't gonna shoot another episode of Cribs. I've already done that, and that didn't happen. So I ain't doing that again. But what I decided to do, because of my time and my isolation and my like search inward, the word worthy just kept coming to my net, like coming to me, and I was just like, worthy, like. And I had to remind myself, because I've been kind of incognito. Like I come out when I can come out, but I've been kind of absent. And it's because I've been dealing with a lot. Like I've been dealing with like not feeling worthy of my dreams and not feeling worthy of even like the talent I have, because I'm not using it to my fullest capability. Of course, life be life, right? But that's when it hit me, and I was just like, nah, dog. Like this is my purpose, and I'm worthy of my purpose, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't have what I have. And because I have what I have, it is my duty to fulfill my purpose, whatever that is, even if it's my purpose to affect just one person, change their life, and they affect the next. I'm cool with my purpose being fulfilled like that, as long as my purpose is fulfilled. Now, I got bigger visions for my purpose, but I don't know where my purpose is going to land me, like I was discussing earlier. And so because I chose that word worthy, the artist that I picked for that show, for this show coming up on the 26th, they all chose a word. So when you see the flyer and you see the word behind them, and it's not fully revealed, but then you see it revealed in the videos, that word is what their whole performance is going to be based off what they're going through in life. So when they do have the opportunity to talk to you, they're going to really lay into, this is why I represent this. This is what I'm going through in life right now. This is where I'm standing, and really connect with the audience. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a simple dude. I'm a very simple dude in terms of how I like to display certain things. I'm not like super duper flashy. At least I try not to be. And so sometimes I think the simplicity is more powerful in a statement. That's why all the words that they have periods after them, because sometimes one word can be the statement. Oh dang, everybody left. That's crazy.
No, we didn't leave. You were talking, so
Everybody
I gave
who
you the
I'm
spotlight.
here.
Oh, y'all disappeared on my screen, so I was like, oh man.
Nah, I
Yeah,
just
the
gave you the
screen
spotlight.
does
You
look a
talking?
bit different.
Go ahead, y'all.
That's on my.
You was talking. I gave you the spotlight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no doubt, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, you
I low key
highlight.
was like, dang, bro, I've been running on too.
And even if that does happen, you keep going, because listening to everything you saying, this needs to be, all of what you saying needs to be said anyway. So you look, this show now. So do what you do.
I appreciate y'all. Well, it got to the point where like I started asking the people I picked. I said, and I'll give y'all a little bit of it. The first person I picked was Syka.
Salute floor. I was like, oh, let me give him the
Syka,
space. Go ahead.
Syka has a very interesting story. He chose the word rose, and I'll give you a little bit of background just because he's probably gonna say it at the show, but just a little bit of background. He's from UNC Wilmington, and he was there when the storm popped off, and the storm ruined his house when he had a kid and a wife and everything. Ruined his house. He had to start from scratch, and so of course, you know, doing something like that could prevent you from doing music the way you want to do it for a very long time. And I told him, he was like, "Yo, Convo." He was like, "Why did you pick me for this?" And I was like, is your confidence low? He was like, "Nah." He's like, he didn't understand. I said, "Man, I picked you because you have a story to tell. And all you needed was an opportunity. And that's like, come tell your story, dog. Like straight like that." And that doesn't mean like when I pick these people, nobody else has a story to tell. It doesn't mean that. And I'm not suggesting that. But the way I'm looking at it is like I pick the people closest to me first, and then as I branch out and do more, like I want to sit down with the artist I pick and be like, "Yo, like just talk to me," and then like y'all go up there, real thought. For whatever reason, if you know real, that man be talking about like the Egyptian, like he be talking stuff that I haven't even studied, and his word was amen, and I was like. But he uses amen in the sense of just as it's, you know, as it states, so shall it be, and or let it be. And so I was like, well, okay. But I know his story. His is like just coming from where he came from and then like stepping back into certain things, and his joint was captivating. Elena Vaughn, who's after him, hers was just wanting to exhibit love, especially in the way the world is going right now and everything that's going on. She just wanted to exhibit love. And she wants to display that through singing, through a little bit of rapping. I think she even gonna play the violin. Then you got 3 a.m. and his word that he chose is alive. But that's always been his thing. But like alive for him, like, you know, represents like, yo, keep living. Keep living. Like no matter what you got going on, keep going. Like rise, fall, stay alive. The song that, and then there's me, where I do Worthy. And the song that you hear, I don't know if y'all saw the video trailer for the show, but that instrumental on there is my song Gravedigger. And the reason I wrote that song was because I really had not been doing what I was supposed to be doing by walking to my purpose and everything like that. So in a sense, I was digging my own grave. So that's the bed that I had to rise from. And so it's really like a way, like that song is about me boosting myself up, but it's also telling me like, yo, you the one that dug this. Like you did that. Nobody else stopped you. Nobody else was like doing anything to, like, you literally put the pen down, and not for no bad reason. Like, of course, like, and I know y'all all understand. I'm a parent. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spouse. Like, I got those things that I have to worry about. And the thing is, that's crazy. I'm circle this back around to mental health month. In trying to be those things, sometimes you don't even feel worth those positions. Not only for me, for my personal situation, like I didn't have my dad growing up, and the stepdad that I did have, ironically, was so into his music, he ain't pay attention to me. So it's like now I'm learning to be a father, not only a father, be the father that I didn't have to a little boy, a little black boy. And then it's like I'm also learning to be a husband for the first time when my family is like riddled with splitting. So it's like, mm. And I lost my sense of self. That's why you hear in the trailer, I'm like, somebody's asking me on the phone, like, yo, what you been? Like, where you been? And I'm like, oh, I'm just working. That ain't that ain't the person I'm talking to. Where you been? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm just taking care of fam. I'm not talking to Tony the dad. I'm not talking to Tony the employee. I'm not talking to Tony the son, Tony the husband. I'm not talking to any of those Tonys. I'm talking to Convo. Where have you been? And then that's when I realized, I was like, yo, I've been spending time doing the self work to become worthy of what I see myself being. And so that's why it's worthy, because we all have to do that. Like, I had to, the other part of Gravedigger is that I really had to die to myself. I really had to die to myself. Like, I had to, Combos died about 8 times and he got up 9. So when death come around for me again, I'm gonna dap him up. We're gonna get back up again. So, and the reason is being is because I'm worthy, just like y'all are worthy. I don't even know what y'all going through right now, but I'm here to tell y'all that y'all are worthy. Whatever y'all pursuing, you worthy. I don't even know you. Even the person who's not the best person in the world, they worthy too. They just haven't found their way. So that's the
Can I
whole thing.
chime in? My bad. I don't want to
Yeah, go
cut
ahead.
you
I'm
off. You
sorry. I've
on the
been talking
road.
that long.
No, don't apologize. It's just I had to get this off of my chest.
Yeah.
And again, I know this is I'm not going to do that, give the disclaimer. But when you get into that worthy, it was, watch night service, which I had not been to in a long time. And I went this year.
Awesome.
One of the things that I said was when I went through my last bout of, oh my goodness, what was me? Why am I here? Because like some of those thoughts are, should I even be here? Like on some real, like, why is it that if I'm such a great person and I deserve to be here, why is it that I can't do anything but just keep messing up? You know how those thoughts can, well, I don't know. I
Nah,
know
yeah.
how the thoughts can be. Okay. Um, and you know how some people are just like, look, stick around for your kids. Um, so here's the thing about that. Where that seems like a simple fix, right? Stick around for your kids, stick around for the people that love you. But then what about that voice that tells you that they deserve better?
Yeah.
And then that's when it gets a little sticky. Like thinking about that worthy, like I'm just being transparent. There was a point in time where I was just like, man, I wish they had a better mom that could have had common sense to choose a different situation for them on some real. Like I literally was thinking stuff like that. So like you said, it took me to get to that point where I was in isolation and I had to realize, wait a minute, every single thing that's going on right now is leading up to me living out my purpose. Because when I wasn't in isolation, and this is what I want, like, if I don't want friends of friends of friends to understand anything else, I want them to understand this. When a person has to go into isolation, it is not personal and it is not about you at
Nope.
that point in time. No, maybe you didn't do any, maybe you did do something wrong, and it's still not personal. It's still not about you.
Mm,
Like what you did was so diminutive in comparison to what I have going on mentally and spiritually.
yep.
Because with the noise, you cannot, and I'll be straight up, you can't hear the most high if you got a whole bunch of noise
Nope.
going on,
Nope.
regardless of what you think the most high is. I know we got people that think differently, but y'all can understand what I'm saying. You
Hmm.
can't hear your most highest, your higher being with noise and distractions. So it gets to a point where he'd be like, oh, you grown now, you feeding into the hype or whatever. Okay, so now I gotta sit you down because time is winding up. It's certain things that you are supposed to be doing
Mm,
for everything else to be in line. So I gotta sit you down, just like when you put your kid in timeout. Okay, I need you to act right so I can get this dinner fixed. So I'm
Yep.
gonna sit you down until you act like you have some sense until I get this dinner done. Same concept. Sometimes you going through what you're going through because it's putting you in position for what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, you are worthy because you wouldn't even be here if you don't have a purpose. You need to be worried about whether or not you know it's in the cards to play.
Yeah.
That's one thing I wish somebody had have been there to tell me so I didn't have to learn the hard way though. I do wish somebody had to just sat there and said, look, whoa, 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 before you had those thoughts, understand that it's getting like this because you are getting put in position for like that whole bigger purpose. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like the maestra that people claim they love so much right now would not be this maestra had I not have done all this bumping of my heads. So judge where I was if you want to. Certain things was right, certain things was wrong. But understand without those situations going on, you wouldn't get what I'm giving you now. And you're not gonna get what I got coming to. I just had to say all that. You triggered something in me in a good way. You
Nah,
triggered
that's
something in me.
good. That's good. The last song I'm closing out with for my set is a song I wrote. I was watching a song. I mean, I was watching a show with my son. I know y'all know this show. Y'all remember that show, Gargoyles? So I wrote a song called Gargoyles, and the whole song is about how the concept is pretty much from like when you look at churches and stuff, the gargoyles that are on churches, though they look like monstrosities and like they're called grotesques, like though they look nasty, they're meant to be there to ward off evil spirits. Like that's what they're there for, not for the purpose. Like so it's like, even watching the show, I was like, dang, dog, like they just helped y'all win a whole war. Like they helped y'all in the first episode. First episode is crazy. They help you win a whole war, and then they get invited to the dining hall by one person. And when they walk in the dining hall, all the Vikings look at them like, get these beasts out the hall. And I'm like, dang, dog, like they got feelings. They could talk. Like it was crazy. But when I wrote the song, like I'm talking about just that, like being judged, and that's how I'm closing out the whole set. Like don't let nobody judge you. Like even with my faith, even as a Christian, like I be trying to check other Christians because a lot of times the ways that things come off is very, very hateful, and you end up driving people away from where they're supposed to be versus driving them closer. Let me rephrase. You drive people away from what you believe the purpose is of you trying to bring them closer to that faith versus pushing them away. Versus bringing them in or whatever. So it's like, and I might have said that all jumbled up, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. And so it's like, I just don't, I'm like, no matter where you are in your walk in life, man, don't let nobody judge you, dog. And even if they do, like, you was just, the only difference between you being judged being judged right now is the fact that you know you're being judged. People judge people all the time. The only difference is that you know about it. That's it.
Man, y'all, this was a beautiful week, beautiful conversation, y'all. It's about that time, good people. About that time.
We're gonna go ahead and close out.
Final thoughts. I don't know. Appreciate you for joining us this week, man. You're more than welcome to come back every week, man. We're here.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
9:30.
It was good seeing y'all, man.
Good, man. 9:30 Thursday. I ain't gonna lie. It'll probably be a couple months, but soon we're gonna. We know everybody can't make the Cypher on Monday, so we're gonna try to do virtual Cypher up here on Thursdays. Cause I'll give you an example of how this gonna work. So boom. No. I should have Everybody hear that beat, right?
I don't.
Oh, you don't hear it?
No.
I hear it.
I hear it. It just sounds like it's underfoot.
It's because I'm playing it off my phone. If I was on my when I play shit
Okay,
off my laptop, it sounds completely different. It
got
sounds
it.
like it's the
I
same.
hear it. Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, so on my laptop, when I play like when I play a beat in the background or whatever, we all hear it at the same time simultaneously. And soon, like there's with this app, you can have. Right now, we only set up to 6 because we're basic life right now. But once I get the premium package, we can have other 10+ people in the back. So same way we have all them people in the Cypher. Oh, you can't make it on Monday? Come tap in Thursday, man. We got you. You can get your rocks off here. This is what we do, man. Keep the sword sharp. Keep the, you know what I mean? Keep the pen smooth, whatever. If somebody got a 16 they want to get off their chest, they got put together, just want to see how it goes, whatever. But we just want to, you know what I mean, keep what we doing going, you know? That's really the whole purpose of this. Because, like I said, everybody don't get to make it to the Cypher Monday. And just like Eric, if you've been, so you know, after the Cypher, what we doing here is what we do. We sit,
Mm.
chop it up, talk about shit, you know? Just
Yeah.
want to, everybody don't like the formalities and things, and hence the informalness. But, we trying to keep it organic for the people as we can, man. Let them know, like, we're still human. Yeah, we musicians got goals, we chasing them just like everybody else, man. We just part of a nice family called Cypher University. That's all.
Nah. So, hey, and I'm sure y'all have had many meetings about this, and I know you're trying to close out. I just want to ask because, of course, right? Like, I of course try to show up when I can. Living out in Franklinton is a distance. Um, but why do y'all think the cipher numbers dropped? And I'm only asking because I've seen that in the message board. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Nah, the reason why I look like that, like, was because I'm like, I feel like that's a question that we've been trying to come across for, or we've been trying to figure out the answer. Shoot, that's why we sent out a whole form like, hey, where y'all heads at? And just in being transparent, there's a wide array of responses that we have. A lot of people did move away. I'm gonna be straight up. So one of the main things is looking. Not, I'm not even talking about our age or sending shots about that, but seriously, we've gotten to a place that that generation that was there, years ago, a lot more of us are having kids and things like that and having life responsibilities to where it's not as easy as it was to pop out when we didn't have those kinds of responsibilities and things like that. So we have to take that into account. People moving, um, and just like any family, there's always some stuff that goes on, and people are like, I don't even feel like dealing with that right now. So you got, some of that. It's a mixture of so many different things. um, so where we're in the place of right now is taking the ideas of people who are actually responding, right? Like
Yeah,
some people are saying, hey, if it's a paid event, I'm gonna pop out. And I'm like, okay, we taking that into consideration. Like for some people, that's where you are right now, and I can't trip about that. For some people, it's, uh I can't come all the way out there to Raleigh. Hence this summer, we're like, okay, so let's do a summer break. Let's pop up at different places. It don't have some of these places we pop up to don't even necessarily have to be in Raleigh or, over there at NC State, We're trying to take into account like what everybody is, everybody's ideas are,
yeah,
but at the same time, this is another transparent moment. If you're gonna put those ideas out there and we send you the alley oop, if you don't take it, we got to keep it moving on some real. That's where we at right now. That halfway answered your question, I guess, maybe. um I don't know if anybody else got some
hey,
feedback on that.
I
well,
do. I have my own reasons for
what's
why
up?
I thought. So me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I got like I've deducted like three main reasons for why we are at the state we are in. Number one is the And Drive.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know if I'm tripping
Like,
or I
all
can't
right,
even hear.
when
Okay,
he
we got
started talking.
number two.
All right, there we
Yeah.
go. Okay.
All right, let me try it again.
Go back to number one because
I
we
know.
didn't get
I just
that.
thought about it. Yeah, my Wi-Fi was good. I had to cut it off. Number one, I feel like the Drive as a unit. Not saying everybody ain't driven, but like as a collective, when the Cypher was prominent, everybody was driven to make sure we were known and people knew what the fuck we were, what we had going on, where we at every Monday. COVID hit, everybody moved. This too.
Yeah.
Two, COVID. COVID really like shifted the culture because us being inside for like a year and a half, 2 years, really like slowed because we were at a nice height right before COVID. We were outside faithfully. The students were involved heavy. That whole we missed like a good 2 years of students picking up on students that we had freshman classes, and I feel like we missed the traction of keeping the school, the students involved like we used to. And three, we don't really have nobody on campus anymore like we once did. Because once upon a time it was Anderson. I know Drew went to state for a little bit. E did too. I don't know if he did too, but I know we had people.
I never went to state.
You did?
Nah, I would just be up in that motherfucker.
Oh, you was just up there. Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
in the
you
facilities.
one of them. Well, Drew was just up there.
Yeah,
But
I
Well,
had to put the
I
we
dorm.
had a heavy imprint on campus. We don't have that no more. You know what I mean?
I have a suggestion. Not a suggestion because it's really like not really a suggestion. Drew, do you? I'm sure you remember we tried to break the world record, right?
You
I
said
don't
what?
know if I'm tripping, but you started breaking up.
I was asking Drew, do you remember when we tried to break the world record Cypher, right?
Yes.
How hard do you think it would be to attempt that again?
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I was gonna die that day on that stage, bro. I was like, my whole body was hurting, cramp. Like
But you know
it
why?
was just
But you
like we was up there for so long,
we
and
were.
it just like after that, bro. I honestly like after that day, I remember feeling like I don't even want to rap no more.
Oh
Like
man.
I don't want to freestyle no more. I just like I want to learn a completely different language, and because that shit hurt. It hurt. It took so long. So in order to do in order to break the world record at this point, we need a lot more people.
I was gonna suggest that, and I was gonna suggest doing it like so. Every time we've done the Cypher University, right? Everybody pops out. The OGs, the young G's, everybody pops out. If we did it, if we found a way to do it, like, and Rowdy was the one that headed this, so like, I don't know what happened that it didn't get like registered. I don't know what happened, but I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We did that shit. I don't care what nobody say. We did that shit. We did that shit before them motherfuckers in Atlanta did that shit. I don't give a
With
fuck
only 8 people.
who says. And it was crazy because I was going out to Atlanta when I was making Titty. I was going out in Atlanta and see, Convo can't be on teams because when Convo's on a team, Convo talks shit for that team. Convo's a Giants fan. To give you perspective, I'm talking shit no matter what, win, lose, draw, talking shit. And when I went out there, I was trying to collab with them. And I was like, they was like, oh yeah, we trying to, break the world record Cypher. I was just like, oh yeah, we did that already. So I talk shit. Like I'm not, and it's not to not bond. It's just like when I was really out there in Atlanta telling people like, yo, nah, Cypher, like, I don't even know.
I ain't gonna lie, they ain't do it the way we did it. You know what I'm saying? They did a whole different way And we really did that shit though.
Yeah, like we was really like niggas jumping in, rapping, rah, 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 like nah,
We're only 8 people. Like we had a select number of people. They had people
bro.
coming and swapping out. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a different setup the way they did it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the difference. Motherfuckers can't do it the way we did it without missing a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It was like we couldn't let the beat. You know, we couldn't miss a beat. So it was like somebody dropped it, somebody else had to pick it up. And you know, so that's like I don't think motherfuckers actually done that. What we did.
No, I don't think so.
Cause you don't hear them motherfuckers talking about how they felt like they was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like we rapped our fucking hearts and souls out that day.
Bro. We were dead. I think I went home. You know, like when a soldier he finally gets away from the battle, like the war has been won, and he's walking, and then he just fall into like he not dead, but he gonna sleep for hours. He gonna sleep for some days.
It's like 6 days and 7 nights. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. To go even harder and go a full day, bro, to go multiple days probably. Like I just imagine like that's pain. That's
The
pure
record
pain.
is 12 hours. What y'all want to do?
No, the record's not 12 hours.
Man, I just Googled that shit, bro. I'm looking at it right now.
Well, that's us.
12. Listen, the record is 12 hours, 3 minutes, and 21 seconds by Soul Food, Cypher, and Savage Fan Pro.
You ain't gonna tell me we can't. Come on, man.
That's some
tell me we
bullshit.
can't smack that. I got an hour of me. I know I got an hour.
We did longer than that. We did like 12, 30 something.
Yeah, bro. We low.
That's what I'm saying.
Registered.
And they didn't even do it like us. We had 8 people.
Dog, 8. I'm talking about like, bro, that shit. I'm talking about, and to keep it a buck, I don't think we repeated lines. I don't think, and granted, that's a long time to remember what somebody said.
It was a lot of freestyle. I'm pretty sure I probably repeated a couple rhymes, you know,
12
like
hours.
freestyle. You know, the same word kept coming back around.
I just said my favorite punchline like a good 3-4 times. I know I have.
Well, look,
I have.
I feel that. But here's
fresh out of writtens in that first hour.
Here's what I'm thinking, bro. And I think it might not reignite the Cypher, but like I heard Meister saying like people want to get paid. We pay people money, you pay them in notoriety. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you're gonna be paid to be seen. That's your payment. No, I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm talking about, hey, y'all, we gonna break a record. We are going to break a record. And the thing is, guys, we already did it, and we did it with.
Yeah,
we did it.
Thought is down. He like I ain't gonna lie. Once you said something, I posted it in the group because I want to see what niggas' heads at, and if we got enough heads, let's make it jump. Real Thought say he with it. That's one.
Look,
5 of us.
it's just like all we have to do is plan that and plan the timing. I think it should be shot at the NC State site at the Freedom Expression Tunnel.
We have to start in the daytime so we can end that night.
Oh no, let me tell you something. If we do something like this, we're calling the city. Somebody got to get in contact with the city. We gotta call. Like everything has to be in place because it has to be a big event. It has to be so big that we watch them. And I hate to make it sound
like what if we did like 3 days continuous?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm not standing outside rapping for 3 days.
Oh nah. Well, see, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If we did something like that, like I hate to see, like I really hate.
They're never gonna beat us.
Oh no, let me tell you now. I'm not rapping for 3 days. You gonna get a smooth 4 hours, and I'm gonna take a break. I'm taking
jump
a
out,
break,
and I'll be back.
Like, I don't want to do it inside. I think we should do it outside in the motherfucking heat and keep rapping. Because when that Cypher happens, bro, we be out there for a smooth 5 hours and people just be like, they don't jump in. Like, just keep jumping in. I don't care if it's the same person. It just got to be continuous.
That's a fact. It's a way. We could do it. Definitely a way. Oh man, y'all got me past my bedtime. But no, 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 no. I'm definitely
But
off.
yeah, I say shoot, keep the ideas coming. That's why we've been asking the questions. So like keep the ideas coming for that because one thing we do know is people gonna hop out when, there's a crowd,
Cameras?
know. Say what?
When them cameras come out, you know what's going on.
Yeah, you already know. So yeah. So yeah, keep them coming.
Hey,
Y'all know me, I'm down for whatever.
I'm with
Let's
it.
make it happen though.
Just letting
So
y'all
an
know.
idea like that,
Nah,
it gotta happen.
y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's just one of those moments where I just felt like, why? Why am I doing this? Like this shit, right? You ain't never rap till your brain hurt. Like,
I I don't know if
like
my
not
brain
just
was hurting, but
I rap so much that my brain goes blank. Like I leave the cipher, I can't even think of words no more. But this shit, it went past blankness. It into like it was like past my mind being blank to that shit being on fire and being like just in pain. Or my brain was in pain. And I was just like, bruh, this shit. There's a reason why people don't do stuff like this. Rowdy was a wild dude, bruh, for coming up with this idea and having us up there doing this shit, like sacrificing ourselves, yo. I'm just
wait
like,
a minute, sacrificing yourself.
bruh, I
Come
died
on
that day
now.
on that stage. Before I got off that stage, bruh, I was dead. Like the Drew that came after that, I don't know how he got here, but yeah, that motherfucker before that day was, you know, that shit changed me. I don't know, like that's why I tell everybody that shit. Like Tucson keep trying to bring it up. Oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's beat the record. And I'm just like, bro, like that shit hurt. That shit was like, I don't know, man. I like only the mother motherfuckers on that stage can tell you. Convo can tell you. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I guess only it's 7 people that can tell you, right? That shit hurt. Peyton did it. Who was the other dude? It was a it was another rapper from the UNC Cypher that was up there in the Real Thought. And but yeah, man, I don't know. Like I'd rather do the events where we feel good and we don't feel like we're dying, but you know,
I say it just like this. Whoever is for. I say we do. I mean, and I haven't changed my stance since the very beginning. Let's do all the ideas. I don't care what it is. Like, we got something to
I'm
bring
searching
to
it
the.
up on the website and I don't see it. I
Well,
don't
okay,
think it's an
well,
official Guinness record.
I
I,
thought they went a full day. That I feel like that 12 hours is us, and they actually did like a 24 hour,
Nah, they were trying to do a 24-hour. Man, Drew,
but
I
they
know
only 12 something.
12 minutes, 12 hours, 3 minutes, and 44 seconds.
Yeah, we went longer than that. Ours was like 12 and 30.
again, okay, so is it documented somewhere? Is there video?
The
Yeah,
largest rap
it is.
group.
I don't know what happened in the
Hey,
process, but
yo!
it
The
didn't.
largest rap group in the world is 124 members. We could beat that.
That shit. What, the Wu Tang Clan?
Nah, they're called minority militia.
Damn, I ain't never
Well,
heard of them.
but no, but back to what you were saying. Where's the footage, Drew?
Somebody got it. That shit, like
Well, I
everything
was
was
about to
recorded.
say
That shit
because
was professional.
if it's not documented and people don't know that it's documented, it's like it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I know your brain was hurting, babe. I'm saying
I think
that it got to be documented.
I think Anderson might know where that's at.
Yeah.
Hey yo, would it be the longest team rap?
I don't
Mm.
even know if it's on YouTube, bro. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that's one of them things. It's like when the legends sit down and tell you, "Hey, you wasn't there, but it happened. You wasn't
Cause,
there, dog, but it happened." There are 8
look,
people walking this planet that did that and
Nah,
lost
seven,
years to their life.
seven.
I dropped the movie. No, that was me.
Cause the man that did that is not here no more, bro. Like that,
Yeah.
Rowdy did that shit, and he pulled us into it like it was a good
Yep.
idea.
You get on my nerves. He said like it was a good idea.
Hey, hold on, y'all. It was great talking. I'm gonna follow up with y'all, but I gotta call a couple of these guys that are
Do
performing
you
in a
think?
minute.
Because we about to
Yeah.
be off of here too.
All
All
right,
right,
I
y'all.
Tom,
love
good
you,
talking to you,
bro.
bro.
Good talking
Love.
to y'all,
All right,
man. All
all
right.
right, of course, of course. Peace.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to finish up this head of hair in however many hours. Love y'all so much, but I'm glad that that question came up because I know there's a lot more answers to that question that people need to consider. That's watching this. I'm saying we already know what it is, but yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. All I know is I'm
Hey,
serious, bro. I'm applying
hey,
right now on Guinness to break this record.
the cipher,
Action. That's what I'm talking.
the cipher went to high school.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's just a 15-year-old,
Mhm.
and it's acting like a 15-year-old.
What the call? That makes a lot of sense. Now it's time to grow up.
Yeah, give him a couple more years, yo. It's gonna come back, y'all. You'll see. It's
I
gonna
mean, no,
come
no,
back.
I don't doubt that, but I'm just saying like
It's
tomorrow's
just a
not
cycle.
promised for all of us, and some of us want to experience it. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta find a way I can make it work with my employment. You know, it's just that's the major thing for me. And then being tired as hell when the shit come around.
Mhm.
But I got it down. I do not want to see it disappear, but it is frustrating. We go out there and it's just like 3 people sometimes, and but I think it's just we're at a new beginning, and I think we got to take that new beginning for what it's worth, and then use everything that we know and put it forward into the next project. We don't have to get rid of our network. The cipher is the cipher, and we're bigger than just we're bigger than the freestyle circle now. It's families embedded in the cipher, so it's something that I couldn't let it go if I tried to. Like, it's not letting me go. So we gotta figure something out. Like, maybe we just pull our heads together and start throwing events more often. Do our own events. Do our own open mics.
Start with the one we've been doing that.
I know, but as a cipher, like we used to have showcases. We used to have house party. We used to
Right?
be throwing our own events more often. And so I think, maybe we could start thinking about that. Like, maybe we have to just transition to a different model for a time. And then when the need is there to bring the cipher back, which I think is coming, it's just, it's just changed. And maybe we kind of wore it out at the location or something. And I don't know. We just got to try something new. And,
You know what? To piggyback off of what you just said, I wholeheartedly agree with it is coming back for some. just to wrap that part up, there's just some people that's waiting on the car and don't care who is out there and will stand out there by themselves and keep rapping until they're done rapping because that's a stomping ground for our type of expression. Some people don't care about being seen. Not saying that somebody that's like, oh, it's only one person out there. I want to be seen. Some people do just want to be seen.
Right.
So, but there's gonna be that one crazy person that's just about to be out there rapping, and then somebody else is gonna come out there and be rapping, and then it's gonna grow just like that. I say whoever wants to really like be out there because that's you. You don't care about no show. You don't care about none of that. I don't think that that's dead. I don't think it's extinct. I think it's circumstantial. I think that the ones who want to be out there, they just cannot right now. But as soon as that happens, they're gonna be out there, and then the people that want to be seen gonna start coming out there, and then it's gonna, it's gonna happen like you said. Like it's just a timing thing, you
Yeah,
know.
refresh yourself. It'll come back.
Mhm.
You know, I I mean, like I always thought, you know, okay, you come to the cipher for long enough and you understand how it works and you understand how to create it and organize it and maintain it.
Mhm.
Then what I want the people that move to other places, go to other places and start a cipher in that city. So it's supposed to be something that we can transmit anywhere, any place, anytime. And so, we got to be more flexible maybe and just try to, use the power that we have, which is our manpower, our person power, people power, and that we
Man's
do.
manpower. It's men's mental health awareness month. Like say
I mean,
manpower.
I know, but we got the maestro on the phone. I ain't trying to be too, what I'm saying.
Sure. Like that's the
It's
literal term. Like it's
it, you right,
okay.
you right, manpower. But it's still people power though. You know what I'm saying? It's the, I mean, it's just we got to pull that together and use what we got, and just plan something out. We got to take the events that we got and knock those down. That's priority. Therapy session, manifest, and then the festival, and then if we're gonna bring the cipher back next year for the annual, you know. So that's we got 4 events ahead of us already that we need to lock in on and focus on. So I mean, really, I think that's the priority. And then like Champs got the thing, Wednesday and then Thursday. So it's plenty of stuff on the table for us to do as a team. I really think we just need to recruit more people that's, like, it's just like you gotta, if somebody's heart's not in it, you can't expect them to be in it. You know what I'm saying? It's not there. And so, we gotta find people whose heart is in it and they need a place to go. And, and it's like, we gotta find a way to show them that this, the cipher can do a lot, saying if the right people are involved and take advantage of it, saying to use the opportunity. And so, it's meant for people to bring ideas to the table and for the group, the cipher, to actualize the ideas. And as long as we keep doing that, keep things fresh, keep trying new things, what I'm saying? Like we don't have to always stick to the same model. We can refresh what we're doing. And it just I don't know. We are getting older too, so maybe we gotta then the event gotta get older in a way. I don't know. We gotta mature it somehow. What's the difference, between, I don't know. I don't know. We do gotta figure something else out though. Because it's missing something. But I think it's just a matter of getting the right people to come out, you know. And that's the main thing. And when they do come out, people gotta be there to receive them. You know. I think that's another problem, is just we're just not being consistent.
Yeah, I
And
was just about to say, like, I know we want to head in a new direction, but I'm gonna be real, like, where I'm at with it is I don't see a lot of that, and some of that is nothing that we can control. Some of it is we can't help that life be life, but being consistent, it's like I could start a garden right now. I could put the seeds down, I could water it once or twice, but if I don't keep it up, then I'm not going to ever really bear, the harvest that I'm, envisioning. So a lot of things need longevity before we say what's not working. Like, I feel like we've been like had the goal of, okay, let's revive it for some months, but it's people that, it takes them years and years to really get on when it comes to the music business. So why we think that it's going to happen overnight, I don't know.
Yeah, I think give people enough time to miss it, and they'll come back. People gonna be asking about it eventually, and then you'll notice there'll be people asking all at once, and you'll be like, "All right, let's bring it back."
Mhm. Or either just some new people gonna think that it had never been done, and then they gonna do it
Right,
without, even without our blueprint, and then we'll pop up one day like, yo, we was out here doing this. Like, I'm glad to see y'all doing it now.
right. Yeah, that's. I mean, imagine that somebody hear the story about it, and then they come out nobody there, so they're like, let me start this up again, and it'd be some person we don't even know.
But on that note, I know Bars gotta get us out of here.
Yeah, I can go on, but nah, I won't just leave y'all like that.
All right,
I got a baby sleep on me.
gotta take care of the babies. Dang,
So
yeah, I get a new baby yet.
this Sarah, nigga.
Oh, it's Sarah.
Yeah, I'm a new baby.
Yeah.
But I love y'all, man.
Hey, love you
Love
too,
you.
bro. Love you,
Same
Maestro.
time next week.
Love you.
Okay.
Stay blessed, Blanquito,
Good.
Papi. Stay safe out there in South Carolina, always.
Hey, shit, head on a swivel.
I gotta
Hey, you
send
see
you an
how
act
they
line.
almost
What you don't understand when they be speaking, they translate it right there for you on live.
really?
Yeah, Vato.
I do.
Hold on, let me find the name of it. It's called Polyval. Poly. Hold on. I'm about to send it to you. I'm about to send it to y'all. I'll let y'all. I know
I
y'all
do.
fans who came to watch us tonight.
Have we
Appreciate y'all. We out of here. Deuces.
Peace.
said?